Hello, my name is Ellis Owens. I go by Clark Kent 434, and I do apologize for the lack of videos. I've been sick and my voice has been hurting, so I am getting better and I will be coming back with my videos, so just bear with me. And today I'm going to be featuring another second assault weapon, the F2000. And I gotta say, this gun is amazing. It's a very good solid gun for support class, and it's very well balanced. And looking at some of the stats and what makes this a strong weapon is, if you look at the damage, it has maximum damage 25, a minimum of 18. Damage drop off starts at 8 meters and ends at 55. The fire rate has been increased since it's Battlefield 3, where we've last used it in the Battlefield series. From 800 to 850. Now it's at 850. Muzzle velocity is at 600 meters per second. Bullet drop off is 15 meters per second. Magazine side is a standard 31, with one bullet in the chamber, obviously. Reload is a 2.7. Bullets left in the magazine emptied is a 2.9. The recoil pattern is upward at a 2.4, to the left at a 0.4, and to the right a 0.5. The first shot multiplier is a 3. Now looking at the spread and the accuracy, the spread is a 0.11, the aim down sights is a 0.25, and the aim down sights moving is a 0.8. So what's some unique things about this one so good? Well, the first thing you obviously notice is it's a bullpup, and that means the magazine is behind the trigger of the gun. And bullpups, generally how DICE does them, they get better hip firing and firing while moving, and it's obvious. This has a 2.2 accuracy for the hip fire. Standard for assault rifles is a 3, so you do have a better hip fire, as you notice. Also, you notice I mentioned it has a 0.8 aim down sights while moving, so you can tell it has a better firing while moving. And that's characteristics of the bullpup. The disadvantages of the bullpup is obviously the longer reloads. The 2.7, that's only a tenth of a second faster than a FAMAS, and a tenth of a second faster is not very fast, really. So it does have a very slow reload times. The first shot multiplier is pretty high at 3, so bursting this weapon is going to be very tricky to do, and it's going to be quite hard overall. Some of the other unique characteristics of the F2000 is that it comes with a very unique sight. It comes with a 1.6 sight, and this is not an iron sight. This is just a unique times sight optic that it comes with. And so the 1.6 I think is kind of cool. I actually use it through most of my gameplay. I think through all my gameplay. I do like it. I think it's very cool. Interesting note that a lot of the optics for most weapons, iron sights I'm referring, most iron sights are actually a 1.4 on most guns. People do not realize that they're traditionally a 1.4. So that's a little bit of a tip that you might not know. Another thing that is interesting is, like the Battlefield 3 version, due to the configuration of this, you cannot do attachments such as the grenade launcher or the M26 mask due to its design. So you can't put those attachments underneath the gun with a underattached rail like you could with most other weapons. You can attach grips and stuff, but you cannot do those. So obviously, as I mentioned, the advantages of this is the bullpup design, the magazine behind the trigger, given that hip fire and the great firing while moving, and 850 rounds per minute is fast, but it's not crazy fast, making this weapon really good for close to mid ranges. And with that recoil, more of a side to side. Even though it's harder to control, a side to side recoil gives it a very unstable wobble. It is nice that it's good that it's a mid-range weapon. It's a kind of the fast firing mid range, which can be a little bit uncontrollable, but it's still doable. And I think this is a very well rounded weapon overall. I really do like it. Obviously the long reload is probably the biggest downside of the weapon. It really does take a while. You do have to time your reloads with it, just like you do with the FAMAS. I mean, that's a big thing. You don't want to be caught off guard, you know, reloading, because it will catch you off guard. That 2.7 seconds with bullets left in chamber is quite a long time, and quite frank, I actually found myself a couple of times getting killed because I was used to faster reloads on weapons, and I was like, oh, I forgot this has a long reload. So you have to judge yourself, or I shouldn't say judge. You should pace yourself carefully and know when to reload and when not to reload, and make sure you probably have a strong sidearm, because there is several times that you have to pull the sidearm out, just because the reload times are so long that you're probably not going to be able to pull them off like you would with traditional weapons. But I think with the high rate of fire, the low muzzle rise, because it has a very low muzzle rise, I mean, it's going to be a very solid weapon. Definitely use that hip fire and that firing while moving to your advantage. It's probably one of the best things you can do. Going around corners, you don't have to technically aim down sights. You can just fire from the hip. A ergo grip and a laser sight I found absolutely amazing on this weapon. It's almost recommended. If you do find the side-to-side wobble kind of throwing your shots off, which it will do, a compensator is the best attachment to compensate for that. No pun intended there, but yeah, I mean, this gun is very solid. I'm glad to see it to return. I'm glad to see it come back. It's another great weapon. I mean, like I said, the only downside is the reload. And the aim down sights is a 2.5. Most assault rifles are a 2, but it's not bad. I mean, it's between a carbine and assault. Carbines are a 3, so are LMGs. But like I said, it's not bad. Also, one side note I would mention, just from thinking about this but in experience, because of it having a very low muzzle rise. Excuse me. It's a 2.4. That's very low. You could put a heavy barrel on this. It would decrease the aim down sights accuracy from what it is right now. Right now it's a 2.4. Not decrease. It would increase. Said that backwards. My brain's working in weird ways. I'm just not feeling very well. Sorry, but it would increase. It would almost double that. It wouldn't double. It increases it by 50%. But I mean, it would help your aim down sights accuracy. It would improve it while increasing your upward recoil. But with your upward recoil being a 2.4, that's a very, very low upward recoil. It wouldn't be that bad, and besides, you would have a better aim down sights accuracy, and the heavy barrel also does help with the accuracy of firing while moving. It does have that benefit into it. I do know that DICE mentioned that was something that they were adding into the heavy barrel. So a heavy barrel attachment could be a very good viable option if you want a little bit more better precision while aiming down sights, because I do know it has a 2.5 compared to most standard assault rifles have a 2, and that would probably cut it in half from a 2.5 down to 1.75, and so that would be a very tight pattern. Getting down into the ones, it's a 1.75. You're looking close to DMRs. DMRs run about between a 1 and a 0.5. So I mean, you're nearing that DMR range. So you would have great hip fire as well. It would also help your hip fire even more, putting in a heavy barrel. So that's an option too, because of it having a very low increase of upward muzzle velocity. upward recoil. Excuse me. So that's all I gotta say on the F2000. It is a very good gun. I recommend you guys trying it. The assignment for express train is a little bit a pain, but it's a good gun. So that's all I got to say for today. Hope you guys like this commentary. Sorry for maybe a couple mistakes. Like I said, I'm not feeling well. If you would leave a comment and favorite, and if you're new, subscribe. I will have more more commentaries coming out, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.
Oh, double kill.
I now show objective Bravo is neutralized.